Going on, y'all? How's you guys' day going? Hope you're having a good day. My day's good. Thank you for asking. So, like I promised, I'm here making the God of War Laufey video. And before we begin, I have to make a, PSA or whatever you want to call it, just to make it clear. This video is not going to be about the fact that it's a woman. It's not going to be about the fact that she looks older. It's not going to be about any of that. And the reason why I bring that up first and foremost is because I believe that there are a lot of you out there who purposely get mad at those types of things so that you have a reason to get mad, right? Like, have you ever had a friend or a family member who is just angry all the time? Like, even towards things they like, they still get angry? I feel like that's becoming more and more normal every day. Like, I feel like it's flipped. Right? Like, you know how back in the early days of YouTube or even just the internet in general, it was extremely popular to be the guy who hates on everything, right? There would always be somebody in the comments. There would always be some random loser crapping all over your stuff or other people's stuff, right? Like, even like major celebrities at the time, right? Like, there's just that one guy who hates Justin Bieber when he's like 14 years old, right? Now, it seems to have flipped. I don't know when it became popular. I don't know when it flipped, but for some reason now it's very popular to be the person who is willing to die for your thing that you like. And you don't even have to like it that much anymore, which is exactly what's happening with God of War Laufey. Obviously, the people that are making these videos about Laufey, they're making Give Me My Sandwich Woman, the video, right? You've probably seen it. You probably already know what I'm talking about. I think they're funny, right? And I love God of War. I love all of the God of War games. The trilogy, the new ones are not my favorite, definitely. They are on the lower end. They're good. They're good games. I don't think they're good God of War games, but they are good games. And so anyways, I'm starting to believe that a lot of you are trying to put on this act that you're this upset about the things that people are doing to your favorite games or even just to games you like, right? Because look, these people are going to do these things regardless, man, right? Like, there are always going to be those weirdos who are analyzing the facial structure of the character and saying it's weird that she looks old, which is just like, it's retarded. I'm sorry, right? You might not like me saying that word, but it's retarded. It's retarded. You have to be retarded to be on both ends, to either care enough about the fact that they're even doing that in the first place, and then obviously you have to be pretty stupid to even do that to begin with, right? Like, if you're doing it just to analyze, cool, that's awesome, but that's not, and we know that's not why they're doing it. But anyways, I just had to make that clear before I begin. This video is not going to be super complicated. It's not going to be anything you haven't already heard, but it just, man, I don't know. I don't even know what word to use anymore. Because, again, like how I was saying, it's become so popular to like things just for the sake of liking them. You really don't even have to have a reason anymore, which people seem to think that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You're allowed to like it and just like it, which, yeah, that is fine. But on the same token, that doesn't mean that should also be the same reason why your opinion or whatever it is you have to say is somehow the antithesis to what everyone else is saying. And so for me, or me and I guess a small group of people, because there aren't that many people who dislike the God of War Laufey or even the newer ones in general, right? I don't like them for my reasons. Whether or not people have different reasons, that's up to them. But the point that I'm trying to make is that it's not enough for people to just like a game anymore. They have to make sure that you also like their game, and any reason that you have for not liking the game is rooted in some sort of malicious feminist garbage, right? Like, they always go back to that for some reason. I really don't understand why. And not only that, but right, the most obvious thing I want to talk about is the fact that I have never seen a community defend a game for replacing the main character other than Last of Us 2. That was the only other game that I can think of that replaced the main character with a completely different character and made them the main character, and it was considered a good game, right? Obviously, I'm the type of person who believes that Last of Us 2 was complete garbage and it sucked. It tried to do cool things, but the execution is the part where they messed up on. And I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen with God of War Laufey. Is the idea is cool, right? The premise, the concept is cool, but I know damn well that the execution, is going to fall through. It's going to melt away, right? It's going to be milquetoast. It's just going to evaporate the second that it starts. The same way that it did with the previous newer God of War games, both of them, right? And I could make a 2-hour analysis video going down the list of every reason why the newer God of War games suck, but I'm just not going to, because it just seems like it's gotten to the point now where people make up their minds and they really don't, they don't have a reason. Not that they don't care, not that they don't want to, but that they just don't have a reason to change their mind anymore. And I don't know if it's because video games lately, for the last couple of years, I want to say for the last 8 years or so, dude. It's been about 8-9 years now where games have just gotten worse and worse for the most part, right? There are only a few exceptions out there of games that are truly exceptional other than just, basic slop, basically, right? And even saying that, right? Even saying the word slop, people immediately will look at you weird. But anyways, the reason why I brought that up was because it's starting to seem like people are praising games and they are, I guess, just glazing and loving these AAA games because there's nothing else out there, right? Think about it. Your favorite genre of video game comes out and it's been 8 years, it's been 5 years, it's been 4 years, even a couple years, right? If it's been a couple of years, like an extensively long amount of time, yeah, you're probably going to love the hell out of this game just because of how long it's been. And so I can understand that. I get that. But on the same token, dude, at the same time, we have to admit, or we have to still hold these games to a standard. And not even just that alone, but this isn't the first time that Kratos has been sidelined. Kratos got sidelined in the previous 2 newer God of War games. So I don't know where this is coming from. That's another thing I didn't really understand. And I guess the last point that I could think of would be how everyone that likes the game is judging everyone that doesn't like the game. And the number one reason that I've personally seen, the number one argument that I keep seeing is it's just a trailer. It's just a trailer. And they keep saying that, or they say some variation of that. And basically what they mean when they say that is that you can't have enough of a reason to dislike this game because it's only a trailer. But then it's perfectly acceptable for those same people and everyone else to glaze the game up and down about how amazing and how cool and how fun it looks and all of these just great things, right? And I'm listening to myself, right? I'm listening to myself talk, and I can hear how ridiculous it sounds. I can hear how weird it is to say those types of things out loud. And people will use that against you, and it irks me. This might be a little bit of a side point, but it really does irk me nowadays that you can't say stuff like that anymore. You can't say that, purely liking something for the sake of liking it, or the fact that it just came out, right? The fact that it's new, the fact that a brand new AAA company, not brand new. The fact that a AAA company is releasing a game is enough of a reason for you to, I don't know. You think it's the best game ever for some reason. And it's just weird to me. It just doesn't connect. I don't know, right? Red Dead Redemption 2 was infinitely better. Infinitely. Miles. It's not even comparable. It encapsulates Rockstar perfectly, right? There are so many bad aspects about Red Dead that make it hard to play, and yet I still think that game was better than the God of War 2018. And it just seems like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to go about talking about these kind of things anymore, just because it seems like people are going to hear you say the words, I don't like this, and then they're gonna go, oh, well, it's because you don't like women, it's because you think that she looks old, it's because you this, because this, and then they throw you into the box, right? They throw you into the box of terrible person that doesn't like video games for the sake of not liking them. Like, obviously, like, can we please stop pretending like people are hating on games for the sake of hating on them, right? Like, it's gotten to a point, man, where this narrative of people not liking a game and then you're immediately made out to be a terrorist of the state. But yeah, like I said, nothing too complicated, nothing too complex, too hard to understand. I hope it's cool. I really do, but I'm sorry. I just don't think it will. I don't think it will. I don't think that this is going to do much of anything other than make it to where they can just make more games. I feel like that's kind of their focus right now, which obviously, right, every company's focus is to make as many games as possible. But it gets to a point, right? I'm the type of person where I'd always prefer even just one really good game as opposed to 3 mediocre games, right? Like, I wish more pieces of media would do that, but maybe in a perfect world. But anyways, hope you have a good rest of your day. Let me know what you think down below. If you're excited for the game, if you think it's going to be game of the year. No, I'm just kidding. Probably GTA. GTA 6 is more than likely going to be game of the year just because it's GTA 6, right? It doesn't even have to necessarily do anything. But anyways, let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you like the game, if you dislike the game. Your opinion will be welcomed. I will not call you a feminist, or rather, I will not call you an anti-feminist. I will not scream at you or whatever. But anyways, man. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching.